But first tonight at 6, why potential new rules are forcing a Wisconsin cheese off the shelves. That cheese with a cult following is a casualty of possible rule changes by the FDA. Good evening, I'm Michelle Lee.
And I'm Eric Franke. It's an issue that could affect many local cheesemakers and those who buy their products. News 3's Jessica Arp has more on the latest regulation issue. Jess.
Well, the Dodgeville cheesemaker said his decision to stop making one popular cheese is a precautionary one, concerned that FDA rules on raw milk cheeses could change and put his business at risk. Just hours old Pleasant Ridge Reserve cheese will sit a bit longer in a press before hitting wood boards and heading to the cheese cave. But the Alpine-style cheese won't be joined by its creamier cousin this fall after a decision by cheesemaker Andy Hatch.
The decision not to make Rush Creek this year was not an easy one, and it was made over the last few months as the regulatory climate surrounding traditional cheeses has become cloudier and less clear.
Both Pleasant Ridge Reserve and Rush Creek are raw milk cheeses. Pleasant Ridge will sit in the cave for months, while Rush Creek is aged just 60 days, which is currently allowed under FDA rules. But the FDA is re-examining those rules, and after questions were also raised recently by the federal agency over using wood boards to age cheese, Hatch said he made a business decision.
To produce milk, tie it up in cheese is a financial risk, and when you don't know how that cheese is going to be treated by regulators, it's taking a big risk.
Food safety and regulation expert Marianne Smukowski says cheesemakers across the country met last week with the FDA in California in hopes of clearing up issues. But she says other raw milk cheesemakers have also pulled production.
It's obvious we need to talk to FDA again and see what we can do to have better communication and what we need to do.
Hatch admits Rush Creek has a cult following and hopes his decision isn't permanent.
Well, I feel a little bit like the Grinch. I'm getting emails, people are telling me they're going to cancel Christmas and wait for next year. We hope it'll be back.
Because Upland's Cheese uses all its own milk to make its cheese, they plan to simply sell off the fall and winter milk to another cheesemaker. It's unclear when the FDA plans to issue its new rules on raw milk cheeses, but Hatch said he won't consider making Rush Creek cheese again until they do.
Just don't call him the Grinch. Right. Thanks, Jessica.